following is a presentation of the National Sim Racing League of America. Enjoy the race. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and this is race number 4 in season number 5 of the NRLOA Rockstar Pro Series. We are here at the Texas Motor Speedway for the Great American Shootout, a 42-lap race around this mile-and-a-half racetrack in Fort Worth, Texas, the only mile-and-a-half racetrack we will be going to this season in the Rockstar Pro Series, and it will be an interesting one as 24 drivers hit the racetrack for this 42-lap event. It will be about 65 miles long here today, so it's going to be quite a bit of racing here at the Texas Motor Speedway. It's actually the same length as tomorrow's IndyCar race will be. This race will not be as short as that IndyCar race, however, because these guys don't go as fast, but it does not mean that the racing is going to be as bad as it will be tomorrow. It's going to be great here today, like all the races are in the Rockstar Pro Series for the most part. This is one of the best seasons for the racing, in my opinion. We're going to have a good one today. For this one, we had a great one in Indianapolis 2 weeks ago when Thomas Troxel came home with the victory in the Indy 100K. He starts on the inside lane, back in the field, close to the Indianapolis 250 champion of Nicholas Samadio. And Samadio running off a lot of momentum from last Saturday, winning the Indianapolis 250 and finishing 5th in the Coke 600. So Nicholas Samadio, definitely a guy to watch out for here today at the Texas Motor Speedway. This is how they line up in the points after 3 races. Thomas Troxel with 46 points towards the championship. Stuart Gratton is 10 points behind. Hergelor of Alonso and Emily Anderson both tied for the 3rd place in the points. 12 points behind for both of those drivers. And Tristan Allen, 17 points behind coming into today's event. Cody Sill and Alex NRLOA locking Richard Childress Racing on the front row for this event. Both of those drivers Chick-fil-A Cup Series veterans, and they are going to be threats to win this race here today. We have ourselves Nathan Stapleton starting alongside Zachary Fitzwater in row number 2. Fitzwater won the Chick-fil-A Cup Series race here at Texas back in early April. And here in late May, he might get another Texas win as he starts 4th for this event. Marty Johnson won the truck race here at Texas last fall. He's alongside the 18 of Josh Crash, who I believe came very close to winning this race in the Turkey Hills Series last April. But he had to come down the pit lane near the end, and the win went over to Cookie Helms in that one. But he's going to get some redemption at this racetrack. Andy Thomas alongside the 78 of Stuart Gratton. We got Blaine Keys trying to rebound after the tough season he's had so far alongside Davey Johnson in the number 20. That's the top 10 starting positions here for the Great American Shootout. 42 laps of action here at Texas, the only mile-and-a-half racetrack we will be going to this season. As the rest of the season's either dirt track, road course, or super speedway. So a very unique schedule, but this is the most basic racetrack we go to, but it does not mean that the racing is going to be bad. Not at all. It's going to be a great one here. There will be pit stops, and it's just like a normal Chick-fil-A Cup Series race, basically. So strategy could come into play in this 42-lap event. Cody Sill, Alexander NRLOA. Let's get the racing here at Texas in the Great American Shootout. Lap 1 will be led by Cody Sill in the 31. Alexander Rowe got the jump on the start and actually beat him there, but looks like Alexander Rowe will stay alongside the 11. He is working that outside lane very, very well. Of course, we did have the Hers Dash Series race here, and that outside lane might be rubbered up a little bit. But it looks like he's going to fall outside. 3 wide on the outside as Cody Sill pulls away on the 31. Here comes Marty Johnson on Nathan Stapleton. That is for the second position. Remember, only the top 10 finishers receive championship points, so if you're outside the top 10, you're getting nothing here today at Texas. How about Nick Smith in the 22? He's at the 5th. Great run for him. Thomas Troxel, our last winner here in the Rockstar Pro Series, up to 6th. Cameron Gaju, Stuart Gretton on this inside lane, trying to move their way inside the top 10. Cody Sill continues to pull away slightly over Marty Johnson in the 12. Blaine Keys up the 3rd. A great run for him here today at the Texas Motor Speedway, and that's exactly what he wants to see. And he's drafted on the number 12 of Marty Johnson, trying to get to the inside of him. Cody Sill washed it up the racetrack there, and here comes Johnson in the 12, but he's got a rearview mirror full of Blaine Keys right behind him. And Keys is going to try to get to the inside, not able to do so, as Cody Sill remains out front here in the Great American Shootout. Blaine Keys trying to look to the inside of Marty Johnson, trying to push him up the racetrack, not able to do so. These guys are closing in on Cody Sill, and Marty Johnson might have a say in this lead very shortly. He's right on the back bumper to the inside, entering turn number 3. He's not going to get the run. And Blaine Keys on the outside of Marty Johnson is going to make the pass up there. What on earth is going on here at Texas? An inside lane is usually the place to be, but right now the outside lane seems to be rubbered in rather well. They remain side by side for second as Cody Sill remains out front in the 31. Keys cannot get it to stick up there. Here comes Nick Smith for 3rd. And Smith will, in fact, take it away from Blaine Keys. Thomas Troxel moving up in the 19. Stuart Gretton. John Andrews, our Daytona winner. How about Jesse Turner in 9th? Turner has won a Turkey Hill Series race here before. I believe it was in season number 2, so he knows how to get it done at Texas. Josh Crash and the 3 of Alexander Rowe round out the top 10 right now here in the Great American Shootout. And like I said earlier on, there will be pit stops in this race here today, so watch out for those, as these guys will have to come down for fuel. I believe it will be a 2-stop race here today at Texas, a 42-lap race. The fuel window is about 20 laps, so it is going to be most likely a 2-stop race here today at the Texas Motor Speedway. Marty Johnson all over the back bumper of Cody Sill. Cody Sill has led every lap so far in this race. We're really not used to seeing that here at the Texas Motor Speedway. Usually we do get a lot of passing here at this racetrack, but right now Cody Sill taking him to school here today in that 31, making sure he keeps it out front, and he's doing a good job running the correct line to keep everybody behind him. Lap 8 going to Cody Sill in the number 31. Marty Johnson, Nick Smith right behind him trying to close in. Johnson now trying to high line, trying to get the run on the outside there. He's not going to fall off the 31, I can at least say that. But he's having a hard time getting around him. And Nick Smith, he's the strong guy right now. To the inside of Marty Johnson for 2nd. But Johnson's going to get the run on the outside. The tires are starting to get a little worn here at Texas, and that's when passing gets very infrequent. And Marty Johnson able to keep his teammate behind him. Blaine Keys for 3rd on Nick Smith with help from Thomas Troxel. This is weird. I have never seen it like this before, where these guys have kind of stayed single file the entire time and have not been able to pass. We'll see if Marty Johnson can get it to stick here. Cody Sill is washing it up the racetrack just a little bit, but he gets that run on the outside and clears the 12 of Marty Johnson. So lap 10 to Cody Sill. He's led the first quarter of this race already. And look at this. Got a huge gap from Jesse Turner to the 19 of Thomas Troxel here. They're starting to shuffle positions back in here. Stuart Gretton for 4th on Blaine Keys. Gretton moving his way through the field. He is 2nd in the points, only 10 points behind Thomas Troxel. And where he is currently running, he still wouldn't take the points lead because Thomas Troxel is still in the top 10. And I believe where Gretton is running, that awards 12 points. Yes, 12 points towards the championship. And Thomas Troxel is 7th. That position awards, I believe, 6 points. So only be a 6-point gain for Stuart Gretton. But another position would be a 9-point game the way they're running. And it means that Thomas Troxel would leave this race with a 1-point championship lead over Stuart Gratton. But we still got a long ways to go in this race. That has not happened yet. Marty Johnson, he's getting a little frustrated here. Cannot get around Cody Sill, who started on the pole and has led every lap so far in this race. But let me tell you, Marty Johnson is going to be a threat to win this thing, especially once we get to pit stops. He's going to try the inside again on Cody Sill, but Cody Sill just rockets it right off the outside each time. And he is going to stay ahead of Marty Johnson here. If Johnson can get to the inside in turn 1, however, he might have a shot at getting around this 31. As the inside lane seems to be working a little bit better through turns 1 and 2 than it does through turns 3 and 4, but Johnson cannot do so. And he's going to remain in the 2nd position. Blaine Keys, John Andrews up to the 5th position. Here comes Jesse Turner in the 43. He's going to push Stuart Gratton to the inside of Thomas Troxel. Gratton lost a few positions there in the 78. Great run for Jesse Turner here tonight. He's going for his first points of the season, I should say. Not first career points. He's gotten points before in this series, I do believe. But Turner trying to get his first points of the season as he currently runs in the top 10. There's Annie Thomas moving her way through the field, and here Jalarvin Alonso. Tie with Emily Anderson trying to break that tie here today. He's in the top 10 right now with a shot at getting some points. And Cody Sill. Just a dominating performance so far in that number 31 machine. I've never seen anything like this at Texas before. These guys are playing it very cool here today. Not like it was in the Hers Dad Series race we had earlier. We had 2 crashes in that 20-lap event, by the way. So by this time in the race, we already had 2 crashes. But here today in the Rockstar Pro Series, it's been all Cody Sill leading every lap so far here in the Great American Shootout. Nick Smith up to 2nd. Marty Johnson back to 3rd. John Andrews, all the Penske guys right there. And you got the 42 car of Blaine Keys running 5th. Stuart Gratton, Annie Thomas, Alonso and Thomas Troxel side by side for the 8th position. And Jesse Turner rounding out the top 10. He'll put the number 19 in the 10th position, and it does appear that we are going to get some pit stops here shortly. They're going to begin right now. Cody Sill coming down. Nick Smith, Marty Johnson. Troxel will stay out front in the 19. And this is the critical moment of the race. You get a good pit stop here, you're going to be in contention to get the victory. We have yet to have a pass on the racetrack for the lead yet in this one. Very surprising. We expected a little bit more passing than that in this event here today, but hey, Cody Sill's liking it. He's led every lap so far with the exception of the last one because Thomas Troxel stayed out, but we'll see where he comes out in relation to everybody else here. He came down the pit lane along with them. Looks like it probably will be a 4-tire stop for everybody, as the tire wear is very significant here at this old surface, and you need to get a good run if you're going to be up there. And it looks like they're going to stay in the same positions they were coming down. There's Cody Sill, Nick Smith, Marty Johnson, John Andrews. A great stop for Herr Jalarvin Alonso. He's up to 5th off the pit lane. Of course, you got Turner down the pit lane in the 43 right now. Thomas Troxel, Caleb Hoffman. And you got Josh Crash right there, but here's Cody Sill. He's about to enter turn number 3. Nick Smith right behind him in the 22, looking to close in. And Marty Johnson, John Andrews, they are spread out quite a bit, a lot more than what we expected here at Texas. We'll see what these guys can do. There's Thomas Troxel. There's Cody Sill. Might be a little close, but it might not. And there you go. Pass for the lead. Cody Sill will get around Thomas Troxel, and he's going to be back out front here at the Texas Motor Speedway. So Cody Sill, Nick Smith, Marty Johnson, John Andrews, them Thomas Troxel, Jesse Turner, Tristan Allen, Herr Jalarvin Alonso, Blaine Keys. The top 10 right now. For the lead, Nick Smith closing right up on Cody Sill. He's going to have the inside here. Try to push that 31 out of the way. Unable to do so right now. There still will be another set of pit stops in this race, so they're going to have to come down again before the race is over, so they're not clear of the pit lane yet. So those last set of pit stops will be the money stop in this event, no question about it. I'm really surprised just by how calm this race is. We have not seen any pass for the lead on the racetrack yet. Thomas Troxel did lead a couple laps there, but that was only because he stayed out a lap longer than Cody Sill. Nick Smith is trying to get around him in the 22. trying to become only the third different leader of this race. But he's having a hard time doing so right now as Cody Sill continues to just dominate this event here at the Texas Motor Speedway. We got Marty Johnson running third right now. He came very close to getting around Cody Sill a few times. John Andrews, a great run for him in fourth. Jesse Turner in the top 5 right now. He's got a good run going for him. If he could get a good stop on this next pit stop here, he might have a chance at victory. Maybe take a two-tire stop, because the last stop of the race is going to be really close to the finish of this one. And here we go. Finally, a pass for the lead. Oh, boy. I think Cody Sill still led that lap, so it's not quite in the books for Nick Smith yet. They're still side by side. Great news for Marty Johnson behind these guys, as that's going to allow him to close right up on this lead battle. Nick Smith, Cody Sill. Smith trying to dive it down hard on the inside. He is unable to make the pass, and that just has to be ultra frustrating for Nick Smith. Cody Sill will remain out front, and he has still been the only driver to lead a lap, with the exception of Thomas Troxell during that set of pit stops. So Cody Sill, just outstanding job here today at the Texas Motor Speedway. This racing is not at all what we expected, but it's what we're getting here, and it's okay. It's nice to see a race that isn't too screwy. I felt like the Coke 600 last Saturday night was a little screwy there, with everybody coming down near the end of the race and all that, but we won't get that issue here today, because if the caution comes out now, they'll be good to the finish, and the next set of pit stops isn't going to happen right at 42 laps. It's going to happen probably about lap 38, so everybody will come down the pit lane for a second time, guaranteed. That's the extra benefit of this race being 42 laps instead of 40, like some of the mile-and-a-half racetracks used to be in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. But not the case here today. It will be a two-stop race for everybody here in the Great American Shootout. And there goes Marty Johnson. He easily gets around Nick Smith. He's able to pass his teammate, but nobody's been able to pass the leader. And Cody Sill just taking that 31 to the house here today. It's not over yet, though, and all these guys still have a chance. I think everyone from probably Troxell on up still with a chance at victory here. I mean, that last pit stop, you do not need to take 4 tires. All you need to do is gas and go, and if you can do that, do it better than everybody else, you're going to have a chance at victory. But then again, those tires, they could play out very well for some guys in those last couple of laps. So if you're Cody Sill, you got a really big lead, take those 4 tires, you might be able to get around everybody who went fuel only. So that's the big question on this last set of pit stops here, and it's all going to come down to who does what, and we could have a very interesting race to the finish for this one. Marty Johnson's closing in here. He's got a fast number 12. He lost a little bit of ground there, the Cody Sill, however. He had the brake check through the corner, and Nick Smith closed right on him. And the number 22 to the inside, not able to do so. I don't think I've seen anybody successfully make a pass through turns 3 and 4 in this race yet. Those 2 corners are just an automatic given to the outside lane each and every time. And it's something we do not normally see here at Texas. Normally they shoot up the racetrack and the inside lane gets the advantage. Not the case here today. That outside lane's where you want to be. And these guys running the inside lane to block it, but they got somebody trying to pass on their inside. They got the advantage because that outside just gets the run off the corner. And even through the corner as well. These guys have been running off that corner and through the corner on the outside very well in today's event. Marty Johnson, you know, if I'm Marty Johnson, I'm going to try to make the pass from the outside of Cody Sill. Why not try that? That is yet to be tried in this one. Blaine Keys almost made a pass on the outside earlier on in the race. I believe that was on Nathan Stapleton, but he was unable to make it stick there. But Marty Johnson is closing back in on Cody Sill. If you want to get a good run, you got to run that outside lane and close in on him. And these drivers have yet to do so in this run right here, the close in on Cody Sill. But they are doing so. And we'll have to see if Marty Johnson can in fact pass the 31 before the next set of pit stops. So through the field, right now in the top 10, are all the Penske guys, by the way. You got Cody Sill, Marty Johnson, Nick Smith, John Andrews, Thomas Troxell, Jesse Turner, Tristan Allen, Herjo Larvin Alonso. Actually, sorry, Josh Crash is ahead of Herjo Larvin Alonso, and then Blaine Keys. Nicholas Samadillo just outside the top 10 with Daniel Bouchard right behind him. Grattan fell back. He was once in the top 5 in this race. Got the 88 machine of Richard Kinghart, Nathan Stapleton, Caleb Hoffman. Here comes John Arndt. Emily Anderson, Annie Thomas fell way back in the 10. Trey Bartow, Cameron Gaju, Davey Johnson, Zachary Fitzwater, and Alexander Rowe are outside pole sitter in the last position right now. But everybody is still on the lead lap with 10 laps to go in the Great American Shootout. And I honestly thought that we would have seen a much better race here today than what we have seen. But, hey, sometimes this game surprises me, and it has surprised me a lot today. Cody Sill, the dominant guy so far. Nick Smith almost got around him, just could not do it in that number 22. And number 31 of Cody Sill doing a great job right now. But Marty Johnson got a great run through the corner. Not able to close in enough to get to the inside, however. And Marty Johnson, I got to run a higher line to get the run off the corner on Cody Sill here. That's the only way I think Marty Johnson's going to have a chance on Cody Sill before the next set of pit stops. But then again, the next set of pit stops could be very beneficial, and it looks like they're going to begin right here. So Cody Sill coming down a little early. Wondering if this is a little bit of strategy on the 31. Come down, get those tires, get the advantage on everybody else who goes gas and go. Because they might be anticipating some guys doing so. They want to come down, get those tires so they don't have a disadvantage. But we're going to have to see. Marty Johnson will, in fact, lead that lap. So the third different leader of this race is the number 12. I believe he's going to come down this time. With the 22. Right behind him, Thomas Troxel. And the 19 will stay out. So will Jesse Turner. We'll have to see if those guys get a good run. Cody Sill. He's done with his pit stop. I believe it was a 2-tire stop for these guys. And yes, it was. So these guys taking 2 tires. But like if I'm Marty Johnson, gas and go. Just get off there, get off the pit lane, get ahead of Cody Sill. Thing is, it's a disadvantage for the rest of these guys. With Cody Sill coming down before them, he gets all that momentum on those fresh tires compared to everybody else. And I don't see anybody going gas and go right here. Marty Johnson with a 2-tire stop. A little contact there is Cody Sill, or sorry, forget who it was. I think it was Nathan Stapleton and all those guys. Here's Cody Sill. Oh boy, look at this. Oh, it's going to be close. That's not going to be enough for these guys. And Cody Sill's out of here in the 31. I think the guy with the advantage right now is John Andrews. He'll get around Marty Johnson and Nick Smith here. Here come these guys. Thomas Troxel, Jesse Turner off the pit lane, but I don't think they worked any strategy that's going to get him ahead of the 31. So this one effectively over. How about Cody Sill here tonight? And the Great American Shootout really wasn't too great. Kind of a lousy, lackluster race here at Texas, and I'll be the first to admit that. But Cody Sill's enjoying it. And he just took that 31 to the house here today. And nobody's going to catch up to him, I don't believe, before the end of this one. We'll have to see if Nick Smith and Marty Johnson can do so. John Andrews. It is possible, but I don't think it's going to happen for these guys. They're 1.78 seconds behind. That's Nick Smith behind Cody Sill. With 4.5 laps to go in the Great American Shootout. I don't think it's going to happen. John Andrews around Marty Johnson. That's for third. That's very critical right there. That's a difference of 3 points in the championship. That could mean a lot by the time we get to Daytona for the finale. Thomas Troxel in 5th. Tristan Allen, Jesse Turner, Blaine Keys, Josh Crash, and now Daniel Bouchard trying to get a point towards the championship. As he's right now in the 10th position. Around here, Jalarvin Alonso. I don't believe Nick Smith is closing in on Cody Sill right now, so this one is pretty much done. Thomas Troxel should remain the points leader, however, in the number 19. Another great run for him. The Joe Gibbs Racing Machine. He's had a great season so far in the number 19. Least experienced guy of all these guys in the field, and here he is. He's doing a great job in the points. I believe this is going to be his 4th consecutive top 10 finish. Of course, top 10 finishers get points every race, and he might be the only driver to have pointed in every race so far at the end of this one. A great day for Cody Sill. I believe, I don't know if he's gotten any points yet this season or not. He might have. I can't quite remember. But this will be 25 points towards the championship for the 31. And if he can, in fact, do it, he will move his way through the field in the point standings. John Andrews trying to get second on Nick Smith. That's for 18 points right there. The battle's for second right now between these three guys. Nick Smith, John Andrews, and Marty Johnson. And I think Andrews is going to do it here as they take the white flag. Cody Sill from the pole, leading effectively every lap. I believe 39 laps led here at Texas, either 39 or 38. I have not seen a performance like this in a long, long time, especially at a place like Texas. But off of turn 4, Cody Sill will win the Great American Shootout. John Andrews with second, Marty Johnson with third. Nick Smith fell back to fourth at the end of that one, with Thomas Troxel, Tristan Allen, Jesse Turner, Blaine Keys, Josh Crash, and Daniel Bouchard all receiving championship points here tonight at Texas. Cody Sill, the winner in race 4 of the season in the Rockstar Pro Series. Everyone finished on the lead lap, but only the top 10 received championship points, so not much else to go over there. I got to apologize. I thought this one was going to be a lot better than that. That was boring. Beyond compare. But still, hey, it's what happens. It wasn't like real screwy or anything like that. Very legitimate race, of course. Not a crash fest or anything like that. And this is most likely going to be the worst race of the season for the Rockstar Pro Series. So don't worry, the races will get better. But Cody Sill, the winner here at Texas, just a flawless performance by him. And that's 25 points towards the championship for the number 31. The next race, I believe, is next week at Le Mans. And that's going to be Saturday morning, I do believe, because next week Chick-fil-A Cup is at Daytona for their Friday night race, the Valvoline 400. And that means that Saturday morning is completely open. So Saturday morning, next Saturday morning, you guys will be seeing the Grand Prix of Le Mans, the first road course of the season for the Rockstar Pro Series. That race will be entertaining, let me tell you that. A lot better than this one. But anyways, Cody Sill, the winner here at Texas. Tomorrow, we got ourselves some good races. Trust me, IndyCar is going to be insane. Indy Lights saw the closest finish of the year on Napa Fan last season. So check that out on the NRLOA channel tomorrow at 4. And then at 5, we got ourselves the Fort Worth 100K in the IndyCar Series. That one's also a great one. Lots of passing. They race in the pack here in those IndyCars, and it'll be a great race tomorrow for the IndyCar Series. Then Friday, we got the Turkey Hill Series from Michigan. And then Saturday morning, the NRLOA 500 and the Chick-fil-A Cup Series. A great weekend here on Napa Fan. Only get better from here. Trust me, this race is going to be the worst race of the weekend. I guarantee it. Anyways, thank you guys very much for watching. Congratulations to Cody Sill. Here are the points for the Rockstar Pro Series after 4 races, and I will see you guys later.
Kick up the bass and the treble, cause faith, that's a rebel. Kick up the bass, kick up the bass and the treble, cause faith, that's a rebel. I blaze a trail like the racing trail, like sand shaking the ground like earthquakes in my. Someday I'll die, but not tonight. Excuse me while I